Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. My name is Robert. This is 7 Up and At It here on the Said It Show. Now, if this is your first time finding us, welcome. I hope this video will bless you. I hope it provokes you to want to have a deeper understanding and relationship with God. And I encourage you each and every day to come back and see what God has for us each and every day. Now, if you're one who comes back, God bless you. Your constant viewership is confirmation for me that I'm doing exactly what God's asked me to do, and I can't thank you enough for that. So, um, whether it's your first time here or you've been here before, I always ask you to do one thing. If you like what's been said by the end of the video, give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, fine, give me a thumbs down. I'm good with that. But more importantly, if you believe like me that iron sharpens iron and steel sharpens steel, and as we as Christians should hold each other accountable and on the straight and narrow, then I ask you, comment and let me know if you think I've missed it. That's the last thing I want to ever do is lead somebody astray or down the wrong path and away from God. So, with that being said, most new people tend to ask the question, well, what is 7 Up and At It? And why do you video? And why is it called 7 Up and At It? Well, it's 7 Up and At It is a daily devotional, which focuses on a particular verse of the Bible, and then we'll focus on, we'll look at verses that precede it and verses that come after it. And we'll look at different translations so we can get a full context and understanding of what God is trying to tell us in His Word. Now, I video these not for my own edification, but because I feel we're all vessels to be used by God. Whatever God puts into each and every one of us, He expects us to pour it back out so that others can hear the Word, learn from the Word, be blessed by it, and have a closer walk with God because of it. Now, it's called 7 Up and At It as sort of a thank you to my dad here on earth. He used to come and wake me up most mornings. And it'd be 3 knocks on the door would open up, and my dad would simply say, "It's 7, up and at it." And now my father in heaven similarly does the same thing, where he has me up between 6 and 6:30 to take care of the homestead duties. Some of them, not all of them. And then by 7 o'clock, I am sitting here to see what God has for us in His Word. So let's get into it. So today is October the 18th, and as every day, the verse that we pick is based off of whatever today's date is. So today being October the 18th, we're going to go off of Proverbs chapter 10, verse 18. And I think it's fitting for the time we're in um, of the year. Um, so let me just go with the verse and you'll understand what I mean. So like I said, it's Proverbs 10, verse 18, and I'm going to read two different translations. The first one's the King James, and it says, "He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool." Okay, let me get to the New Living Translation. Hiding hatred makes you a liar. Slandering others makes you a fool. Sort of like that one better. And it's truth. And that's where we are, um, and where we need to what we need to get away from. Let's put it that way. And that in these times that we're in this year, of course, it's election time, and it doesn't matter. Both sides do this. They stretch the truth. They lie, out and out lie. Um, but we have to get away from that. We can no longer continue to use misrepresentation as a way to try to get ahead, as a way to try to win a race. Um, but I will tell you this, that there's been more truth spouted by one side than the other. And it really, you're starting to see the line being formed between good and evil, between right and wrong. And if your heart truly searches, you'll understand the difference. But that aside, because I don't want to get into politics today, I want to focus on this. And that, if you have hatred in your heart towards somebody, um, that's one of the most grievous sins that the Bible talks about. It's the opposite of the virtue of love for your fellow man. See, because if you love your fellow man, you're sacrificed for them. Um, you'll do things to help others. If you want to see the love of God, if you want to see the love that God expects from each and every one of us, look at those who went and did what they did to help those who suffered during Hurricane Helene. The individuals who donated food, non-perishables, whatever, if you've donated, or money, if you've donated, okay, you've shown love to those individuals. And that does God's heart good. That's what he wants to see each and every one of us do. Um, the problem with hatred, it it causes a person to wish bad things on the person he or she hates. Um, and the aspect, a natural aspect of hatred, is to want to blatantly lie, spread mistruths, whatever you want to call it, to deceive individuals, to against the person that you have hatred in your heart for. And that hatred takes up place in your heart, and it keeps God from being able to be there, because God's not going to be anywhere where hatred exists. So if you have that hatred in your heart, God can't be there. And if God can't be there, he can't be there as a hedge of protection over your life. You open yourself up with hatred, you open yourself up for Satan to enter in, and Satan is here for one purpose: to steal, kill, and destroy anything and everything God loves. And God loves you and I so much that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever should believe in him should have everlasting life. But if we continue to have the hatred, God can't be there. And if God's not there, then God's love can't be seen in this world. So during this election season, and I'm going to bring it back to that, we really need to think about we can disagree, but let's not go to hate. You see, I have contempt. I have righteous judgment, which I've spoken about in a previous video. You can go back and look at that, against individuals who desire the murder of an unborn child. And that is a righteous judgment against a person, because life comes from God. Now, regardless of what may happen in that situation, um, how that child was conceived, two wrongs don't make a right. And that child is innocent. And the murder of a child, born or unborn, is abhorrent to God. Why you would ever destroy innocence well, that's just something that you and God are going to have to deal with. But I do believe that if you have committed that act, that redemption is possible. And so while I'll have righteous judgment against what you've done, I can't hate you. Because to hate will cause me to prevent God's love from being in my heart for you, for me praying for you, for me desiring God's best for you, and for me praying that you will seek God and His forgiveness. See, that's the difference between having hatred and spreading lies versus having righteous judgment against someone's acts, but still loving them and praying for God's highest and best, praying that they will seek forgiveness from God for those acts, and continuing to defend innocence, which is what we should all as Christians do. So, folks, I'm out of time, but I want you to think about that. That hatred, regardless of the act of the other person, you should never let it take hold in your heart. Folks, I thank you for watching. My squirrel is showing up, so I've got to give him some food. um, but folks, as always, I thank you for watching. Remember that God has blessed you to be a blessing. So today, go out and bless somebody else, because that act is what truly helps change this world. Once again, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. God bless you all, and have a great day.